It's about that time.
City Views, City Views.
What's happening in your city?
City Views, City Views. City Views, City Views.
You got love for your city?
City Views, City Views. City Views. Ah, City Views, City Views, City Views. Ah, City Views, City Views, City Views, City Views. Ah, City Views, City Views, City Views, City Views, City Views. Ah, City Views, City Views, City Views, City Views, City Views, City Views, City Views.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Jacque can't speak right now. He's got a bone in his mouth. But can you guess who we are for Halloween today?
Let's see. Can you see? You got the pearl
Got the
necklace. You got the
bone.
bones in the hair.
I'm wearing the blue.
Okay, so she is, and I am, and this isn't Toga, and this is one of the husbands of one of us.
Yes.
In character, right?
Yep,
Okay.
exactly. It
So,
sure is.
You got to guess who it is.
Call in. Call in with your
and tell
guesses.
us.
Okay, you can take the bone out now.
See what they do to me on the show? This is abuse. I can't stand this anymore, ladies and gentlemen. You have to come and rescue me from this. I don't even have the words to describe how they treat me on this show.
And
And
what's on his hair? What's on his head is hair. Okay,
This is hair. That's the
hair.
blonde hair. That's the blonde, because I couldn't give him mine. So that's the blonde hair right there. It's very soft.
And for all days for Kareem to desert me, you had to do it today, Kareem. Okay?
We're missing our Kareem,
Yep.
and we're very sad. We're very sad. But are you ready to? Well, you know what? Let's go the whole show and let people just wonder what we are, and at the end we'll reveal what we are, because there's a costume change that we're going to have Jacque do a costume change in the middle of the show. So
Kareem,
happy Halloween, everybody!
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween, everybody! This is your Halloween edition of City View. So Jacque, take
Yes.
it away. Disgruntled Jacque.
Well, at least on the good side, we will be hearing from some of our local candidates who are running for office, since this is 1 week before the big election takes place next Tuesday, November 7th. So Stephen Ivane, the chair of the Democratic Town Committee, will be calling in.
Yes.
As well as Nick Spino, who is a candidate for the constable's position.
Yes.
So we're going to be looking forward to hearing from them. And as always, you guys are free to call into the show with questions or concerns that you might have. The number is listed below, so please don't hesitate to let us know you're out there. In the meantime, we got some people to give some big props to for our big city sponsors.
All
Those
right.
are our sponsors.
Once again, let me put on my spectacles. And we would like to thank Toth Insurance Agency, 1151 East Main Street, Torrington, Connecticut. Better protection, better value. 860-496-7771. Toth INS at optonline.net. Next, we have Mel Brickman and Health Markets, 16 McDermott Ave, Suite 1, Torrington, Connecticut.
Better
Better
call Mel.
I think they fell asleep on me. I don't know. I think they're admiring their
I
costumes.
waited, and I just, my pearls.
860-307-1128. And his website, is healthmarkets.com/local-health-ins. Next, we have Brooks, Todd, and McNeil Insurance, and they're 69 Water Street, Torrington, Connecticut, keeping an eye on your insurance needs since 1839. 860-598-8753. and their website, I keep saying email address, their website, brookstoddmcneil.com. And lastly, we have Dr. Michael Curry, 30 Peck Road, Suite 2105, Torrington, Connecticut. Pediatric care for over 50 years. 860-482-8177. And their website is torringtonpediatrics.com.
Thank you very much, Coryse. I'm burning up. I'm hot, and not the hot that I like to be either.
Well, maybe it's the hair piece.
I don't know what it is, but I'm hot.
I think his costume is fabulous. By the way, we'd just like to thank Coryse for her fabulous talents in making our costumes. She did these from scratch, went out, we said we're going to do this. We had a foursome planned, although Kareem's not here. So again, these costumes are fabulous. We're going to tell you at the end of the show what we're supposed to be. And yeah, we'll go through all of that. So this is going to be a great show. Halloween tonight, so to all the trick-or-treaters out there, we hope you have a very safe and fabulous time. Make sure that you check your candy before you eat it. And yeah, so we've got a couple of things going. So
We do, but I'm still hot.
you mentioned that.
I did.
I did.
You guys are going to hear it from me tonight. All right. Now, see, I wanted to come as like Joe Namath, but unfortunately they didn't have any Jets uniforms, probably because, well, I won't say the reason why, but nonetheless, I guess Coryse felt like this was the best representation that I could give tonight for Halloween. And
Yes.
if you guys...
And you're welcome.
Well, I'm just saying, if you guys are guessing what we're to be dressed up as, if somebody calls in that I'm one of the three wise men, I will definitely understand that.
Yeah, where's the frankincense and myrrh?
See how now I got to bring the frankincense and myrrh too? Jeez.
But let's say this. What should give it away is the color of our outfits for Coryse and I.
Yep.
Okay, and the bones in the hair. And so, because her character always had on the blue dress.
Yes.
And my character always had the white dress, the pearls, all of this is all part of it right there.
Now, Jacque's costume is really brown, but unfortunately, I couldn't find the brown dye. Just didn't take to the material, so it's looking kind of like a mauve.
But it's perfect but you know what's funny is that the hair is killing me. The audience, you've got tonight, if you guys are watching this, you guys have got to just laugh with us.
Jacque is lucky because I was going to stuff it under there and create like that little curl
that he had,
Pomadour? Oh my God. We're supposed to be prehistoric characters.
Oh my God. Oh,
don't give it away.
That's a hint.
I'm sorry.
That's one hint right there.
That's a hint. Yeah, so at any rate. So let's get on to the show. We've got some things to talk about.
We do.
Yep.
We do.
Alrighty.
We do. Lots of great things going on, as always, here in the Northwest Corner. And Karen, I think you might have something to share with our audience.
Absolutely. So this Saturday, Charlotte Hungerford Hospital and Hartford Healthcare, they are putting on a day that's called Take a Day to Take Care of Your Health. And this is a no-cost event that is taking place Saturday, November 4th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Co-Memorial Park Civic Center in Torrington. Free services for children and adults, and there is no insurance needed. So you don't have to walk in and say, do it cost me anything? Everything is going to be free. This event is going to have this: health screenings, behavioral health services, lab tests, vaccines, prescriptions, glasses, haircuts, warm winter clothing, and a meal. So is a one-stop shop. Anybody is invited. You don't have to be, anybody in particular. It could be for everybody. Come in, get your hair, get your haircut, a meal, clothing, all of this stuff and these health services. And this is all courtesy of Hartford Healthcare. Friendly Hands Food Bank will be there. We're going to have a table. We're going to have some surprises at our table. So make sure you stop. We're going to have a prize, some prizes and things to give out. And there will be a myriad of other agencies there. So again, this Saturday, November 4th from 9 to 2, Co-Park. Come on down. Health screenings, behavioral health services, lab tests, vaccines, prescriptions, all of that. And before we take off on anything else, I just want to let people know that Friendly Hands Food Bank also will be doing tomorrow, which is November 1st, Wednesday, a free pet food pantry. And that will be at St. Paul's Lutheran Church from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. If you are in need of pet food, anyone at all, please come to 837 Charles Street, which is the St. Paul's Lutheran Church, right across from Torring Ford School and Kennedy Drive. Come up. We will be giving away free pet food for cats, dogs. We have tons of pet crates, toys, all kinds of stuff. Again, that's courtesy of Friendly Hands Food Bank, and we're also giving away free cell phones. So that's Wednesday, November 1st. And then last but not least, I'd also like to mention that Friendly Hands Food Bank will be offering free family photos. We have a beautiful, beautiful Christmas backdrop that we put up in one of our community rooms every year, and usually we do it as a fundraiser. But this year, with the economy the way it is, we thought that we're going to give back to the community. So anybody that would like to get a free family photo, come dressed in your holiday attire, come to Friendly Hands Food Bank on, I believe it's the 25th. I'm going to look it up if you give me 1 second. It's the Saturday after Thanksgiving, which is the 25th. So Saturday, November 25th, come to Friendly Hands Food Bank between 11 and 1. Bring your kids, your pets, yourself. Come in your fabulous holiday attire. We have a beautiful background, free of charge. You can take photos all you want, and you can make your Christmas cards. So with that,
Very nice.
Yeah, so with that,
Yeah.
I invite everybody to come, and I kick it back over to Jacque and Coryse.
Well,
And we're going to kick it back over to you, Karen, so you can answer the phone for us.
Okay. Oh, do we have a person?
We have Stephen Ivane calling
Oh,
in.
we do. So
from the
fabulous. So
Democratic
let me
Town
grab
Committee
that.
Chair.
Hold on. I'm going to get him. Mr. Ivane, is that you?
Yes, it is.
Well, welcome back, sir. How are you?
Very good. How about yourself?
Fabulous.
I hope you're not watching the show now, Steve.
No, I'm not. Sorry.
Okay,
Well, you'll be able to catch the reruns, and you'll be able to see why Karen is feeling so fabulous.
Well, we're in costume. We're in costume, Stephen. And
No, they're in costume.
okay, you are in costume too, but Jacque doesn't like it.
I'm in pain right now, okay? They're in costume. I'm in pain. They couldn't be more happier and gleeful about it.
Well, I'll send you pictures of my Darth Vader outfit and with vote for Steve Ivane on it.
There you go. There you go.
Well, Stephen, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to call into the show. Since this is the last week before the election, I thought it would be a great idea if we had some of the candidates make their last pitches to our audience.
Great. I appreciate the opportunity. November 7th is a big election date for us. It's a municipal election, but unfortunately it's not well attended. It's a low voter turnout because there's no president, governor, or even mayor on the ticket for Torrington. So it's really City Council, Board of Public Safety, Board of Education, and we have selectmen and constables too. So all local folks, all trying to make a civic contribution, so we have to appreciate everyone that's making that contribution, and they put themselves out there. There's also a treasurer on the ticket, but only Dan Farley is running for treasurer this year. So he's doing such a good job that my Democratic team didn't want to field the treasurer against him. So we really appreciate the job he's doing there.
And, these are all important positions that are up for re-election. Next Tuesday it is, correct? And these are all important positions because this is our community, our city government. And everyone should not look at this and say, well, it's not popular, this or that. You should get out and vote. No one should come back and say, well, I don't like what's going on, but you sat home and you didn't vote. So I think getting the vote out is very important. And the positions you mentioned, Stephen, are really important to our local, government.
They are. They're making the key decisions that most directly affect your life, your property taxes, how things like your police, your fire, your education are funded, and how the budgets are allocated. So they have a direct impact on everyone's lives. They're making up the rules on ordinances, from everything from building and noise ordinances to you name it. How the roads are paved. So
Right.
we'd like to bring that to everyone's attention. It's not the same politics as you see on the national stage, because this is more about plowing your streets and making sure that different departments are staffed appropriately, and we're maintaining our buildings. All very important things to our community.
And you definitely don't want the federal government coming in and plowing your streets.
No, I don't think we'd like their plan. So we appreciate our own hometown plan on that front.
But Stephen, can you talk a little bit about voter apathy is a very serious problem. And can you talk a little bit about how it's difficult for our local representatives to actually form public policy if there are not enough people that are coming out to vote so that they can gain what the consensus might be from we the people?
Yeah, I would say that, I've attended many of our local meetings, city council, whether it's Board of Education, if it's Park and Recs. These are very low attendance meetings. So people are always wondering, why is that this way, and why can't we do that? And I wish they would come to a meeting and ask those questions. And I believe our elected representatives would respond to that. If there's an issue on the table, we certainly would like to hear those opinions on these issues, because that would steer the conversation. It would engage our elected leaders to consider those points. It's not by party line. It's about ideas and kind of discussing. There's many different ways to solve problems, and Torrington has its fair share of problems,
As all municipalities do.
Absolutely. And let me ask you this. So you're running for city council, correct?
Yes.
All right. So explain to our viewers, what does a city council person do? Like, what does that entail?
Well, city council, there's 6 elected city council members, and they basically decide on many issues across Torrington. They're allocating the budgets. They're voting on the tax rate. They have subcommittees that making up local ordinances regarding a wide range of issues, from noise, pollution, to food trucks, to deciding on sidewalks and new businesses coming into town and exceptions that may be needed. So they also have oversight to our waste treatment plant. So they weigh in on any kind of issue and the pricing on something like that.
How many members sit on our city council?
There's 6 city council members, and the 7th is the mayor. Is, you could call her the tiebreaker vote, but she makes up the agenda. She sets the agenda and runs the meeting for city council members. But generally, she requests the city council members to vote on different action items, and if necessary, she could be the tiebreaker vote. So if there's a 3-3 vote, she could be the tiebreaker on that vote.
And can you talk to our audience a little bit about what your duties and responsibility are as the Democratic Town Committee Chair?
Well, yes, I'm the chairman of the Democratic Town Committee. We have 43 members. We basically are setting our agenda on what we want to do to, you name it, what issues we want to take up for our members and advocate as a body. We created a vision statement this year on a wide range of municipal issues, from our school systems to upkeep, maintenance on our buildings. And so we wrote basically a 15-page paper on different issues across Torrington, trying to weigh in heavily on economic development, how we need to re-energize attracting businesses to Torrington to help us grow our tax base, grow our grant list to help our tax situation. So as myself, as the chairman, I'm helping to direct some of the subcommittees on that front on our body, and we also help pick candidates for the Democratic ticket.
So what has inspired you to run for our city commission?
Explain that again, Chuck.
What's your desire to run for city council, city commission?
Well, I'd like to, I have 30 years of being a financial analyst with S&P 500 companies, and I'd like to bring that skill set to my town and help where I can on the economics and our budget of our town. I think I would have a good set of skills to help, serve our city in that capacity.
Well, I think that it's interesting that you're taking your skills from the business world, finance world, and transitioning those to our city of Torrington. I'm sure that there's quite a bit of nexus in terms of what you've studied in the past and some of the challenges that you see for the city of Torrington going forward.
Certainly. Running a for-business company is a little bit different than a municipal group, but you could understand, if you're trying to create business for our community, that you would have to understand many different financial aspects of those relationships. We could work out win-wins for our city. Ideally, we'd be able to attract very prosperous businesses to our town. We have all the infrastructure to make that possible. It's somewhat about marketing our city and all the great attributes that we have. We definitely have a great skill set locally. We have infrastructure. We have proximity to highways and airports that we should be able to market ourselves quite nicely. It's just a matter of having a willingness to do that. So we need to make that inroads to help address our fiscal situation here.
Very good, Stephen. Is there any last words that you want to leave with our viewing audience before we carry on with the show?
Yeah, I would say just get out there and vote. If you haven't registered, we have same-day registration and voting available. So, but I would hope that we have 22,000 registered voters out there. So I hope that we could see a better participation next Tuesday, and just get out there, make a vote. You could read up about our candidates on our Democratic town site. So please look up torringtondems.com or .org and read up our candidate bios, and we have a vision statement out there. So please take a look before you go out and vote, see what skill sets we have to offer our city. So,
also, Steve, I wanted to let you know that we are carrying the City Views candidate forms on our City Views Facebook page at cityviews-CT, and also on our City Views YouTube channel. So anyone that wants to hear directly from our candidates, what their positions are and why they are running, you can tune into those platforms and check it out in further detail. Thanks, Steve. We appreciate you calling into the show, man.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Best of luck to you.
Best of luck.
Thank you, Karen.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a good night. Bye.
You know, it's kind of ironic because we're living in a time now where people don't seem to have faith and trust in our institutions. And I'm like, do you people realize that you have a direct voice in that?
Well, I think, you know what, it depends, on which generation you're kind of growing up in.
Yes.
I really do. I think that over the years, the views have changed so drastically. Not only just, society as a whole. How our parents grew up, how we grew up, how our kids grew up, how our grandchildren are growing up. I just think that it has so much role play in that, and I don't think that voting has been such a, like at the forefront. That's like not, there's so many other crucial, this is just my opinion. There's so many other crucial topics and things rather than that it's kind of been pushed to the back, where you feel that maybe that, they don't have a voice, they don't have to vote, why should I, blah, blah, blah. So, there's a great reason to get out and vote, because your voice can be heard, you can be a part of this process, and I think that everybody should. But again, we'll see next Tuesday when we get the numbers in, as it is a lower turnout usually for this, because there isn't a major person or seat available. So it'll be interesting.
Well, that's why I hope, the community of Torrington can kind of help redirect going forward, because, there's a lot of efforts out there that would like to highlight Torrington as a place to raise a family, build a business,
right,
so on and so forth. And the one way that you can coalesce behind those types of objectives is by having a community that advocates for their representatives.
Right.
And I think that sometimes what goes on the national level, pardon the pun, trickles down
No, it
to
does.
our local politics. And I think as a result of that, people just become kind of turned off, not realizing that they have much more power
Right.
in their local communities,
Right.
and a much bigger voice by standing up and making your voice heard in your local community. So we're keeping our fingers crossed for a robust turnout next Tuesday, and I know I'll be working the polls. Be there at 5:15. With bells on.
My mother works every year the polls, and oh goodness, it's just, I did it one year, like years and years and years ago. That's too early, too long. I was tired, I was hungry, I couldn't get up, I did it. You can't keep me down,
Karen,
I'm like squirrel. I couldn't, so,
ask not what your country can do for you,
but what you can do for,
Yeah.
I will roll over and hit my alarm at 5:15 and go, you go, Jacque, yay. Okay, you too, Coryse.
We'll egg you on.
Yes, from our
From the
cozy
bed. Yes, from the bed.
Okay.
We'll egg you on from there.
Just do us a favor, don't wear the wig next week.
Can you believe she
I
even
made that,
suggested
okay?
that?
I made that.
I've always wanted to be a blonde, though. I do admit that.
Well, blondes do have more fun.
Well, you would know. You would know, Karen.
So while we have a few minutes, I would like to ask Jacque to go change. And Karen
Yes.
and I will run it for a few
We will
minutes.
run the show for
So,
a moment.
Jacque
So
is
you
about
guys
to-
I know what they're doing. They're trying to hijack the show from me.
We are. So
All right, you guys see it, you witness it, you know what's going on. Hit me up on my Facebook page
Yeah.
and tell me that you support me.
Yes.
All right?
But that's not going to happen. So you go get your second costume change on.
You could blame
I'll take your-
blame Kareem, okay? Don't blame us for
Yeah.
you having the second
Our
change.
co-host Kareem is not here, so I will take your
mic?
your little mic. Hang on.
Karen.
Hang on.
Just take
Got it.
my heart. Take everything. Just take everything. I don't need nothing.
Don't forget your necktie and
Yeah,
the other
make
outfit.
sure you put the outfit on and take off the hair.
Yes,
and in
take
the
off the hair.
meantime, Coryse and I will carry the show for a good 3 minutes. So go and
Yes,
make
you
yourself
have 3
comfortable.
minutes, Jacque. Go
Yes.
ahead.
Ready?
So-
On your mark, get set,
Go.
go.
Okay, so while Jacque is going for his costume change,
Yes.
I wanted to bring up that I am going to be doing the Declaration of Human Rights presentation down at Torrington Library next Thursday, November 9th.
And what is Thursday, November 9th?
It's also Freedom Day.
Exactly. So how fitting is that?
Oh
that
my
on
gosh.
November 9th, Thursday, at the Torrington Library, Coryse is going to be presenting this program on that day.
Yeah, the Universal Declaration on Human Rights.
Yep. So talk a little bit more about that whole presentation, because I really am excited to hear it. But I think a lot of people just don't know what it's about.
No,
and this
a
is
lot
a
of
great
people
thing.
are unaware of the Universal Declaration.
Right.
Every time I mention it, people say to me, "Do you mean the Bill of Rights?" No,
No.
not the Bill of Rights. This is the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which the UN came up with, and it came about right after World War II. Okay, due to all the atrocities, and we all know the atrocities that occurred
Yes.
during that war. So right after World War II, and due to all the atrocities, Eleanor Roosevelt, along with over 70 other world leaders, came together and sat down and said, you know what, something needs to be put in place. There needs to be an outline, something outlining what basic human rights every human being is entitled to.
I love that. I love that. Every human being.
Every human being, no matter where you live, no
Right.
matter what shade you are, what
Right.
every human being
Right.
is entitled to, no matter where you are. And so they came up with 30 articles in this Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And they have outlined, and believe it or not, I look at this declaration, and all of it applies today. Like, you look at it and you're like, wow.
From all those years ago.
All those years
Right.
ago. And we're coming up to December 10th will be the 75th anniversary of
So
this declaration.
75 years that this coming up in December, the day after my birthday, and your birthday's in December too.
December,
That's why
yep.
we are
That's
just
why,
like that. We
yeah.
are the girls. Okay, but seriously, think about that. 75 years ago, they sat down and wrote these articles,
Yeah.
and it's still applicable today in
Yes.
2023. I mean, it's
yeah.
insane.
It really is insane. And what I've decided to do with this Universal Declaration, one, yes, I do want to spread the word
Yes.
and get it out there. But I use this declaration. You know how you wake up in the morning and you have your morning like phrase that you want to go out there. You say it to yourself,
Conquer, yes.
and so that you can go out there. Sorry. And here's Jacque.
And here's Jacque. This outfit might give you a little bit more of the, yeah, he's okay.
Jacque, why don't you stand up and just give them a twirl?
Yes, give them a little twirl and show them, okay, this is okay. See on the bottom there?
See the bottom?
I'm thinking that he didn't dance that way on that, but
I don't think he did.
might like that.
Would you stop it? He's just giving it away.
But it would be
He
better
can't
if you
help
had,
himself.
okay.
So
Me
she's
too.
gonna re-mic you.
I'm gonna re-mic you.
And he's damaging my bone. Look at that.
Look at that.
So back to the Universal
Yes.
Declaration. So I use it as affirmations.
That's a great way to look at that.
Yeah.
That's
and
a
every
really
morning
great way.
I remind myself, listen, I'm entitled to this. I'm entitled to food, to safety. I'm
Yes.
entitled to no discrimination.
Yes.
I remind myself of all these articles, and then I go out there so that I don't allow anyone to take advantage of me, anyone to
I
put
love
me
that.
down, anyone to pull me down.
I love that. And I really want to hear, I mean, because I'm with the food bank, I'd like to hear a little bit more about that, like which article in particular is about food, because we can incorporate
Yeah.
that
Oh, yeah.
into food
Definitely.
insecurity.
Yep. It is
And
called
what is,
security. Yeah.
see, and isn't that amazing?
Yep.
So no, I'm looking forward to it next week. I can't wait to
Yeah,
hear
next
it.
Thursday, and it's free.
Yes. Okay. Free. Who doesn't
6
like
p.m.
free?
6 p.m. to 8 p.m. down at the Torrington Library.
I love this.
Thursday, November 9th.
And it is also Freedom Day next
Yes,
Thursday.
Freedom
So
Day.
how fitting is that whole entire thing? So that's amazing. So we've got some great things that are going on, in locally in Torrington and our surrounding towns. We're also going to have more guests be coming on soon. We've got, I know we have the Elks, the Torrington Lodge of Elks will be coming on soon. And we've got some other ones that you and I are booking and
yeah.
bringing in. So it's just going to make it that more, this show more interesting. But
I
is it a,
think it's about time for
I
our
was just
big
gonna say.
city sponsor.
Oh.
I'm thinking that. So
Big-
that would be you.
Yeah.
That'd be me again. Did you do yours? I don't remember you.
I'm
doing
the
yours.
shout outs. You're
Oh,
the
you're the-
sponsor.
okay.
So I don't
So-
shout yet. I don't make anyone want to shout yet.
Back to the big city sponsors.
Yes.
We have Toth Insurance Agency, 1151 East Main Street, Torrington, Connecticut. Better protection, better value. 860-496-7771. Toth INS at optonline.net. Next, we have Mel Brickman and Health Markets, 16 McDermott Ave, Suite 1, Torrington, Connecticut.
Better call Mel.
860-307-1128, healthmarkets.com/local-health-ins.
It's funny that everyone now that when they do that, they always wait for us to jump in, and we're a little slow.
He's got like it's the cutest little jingle there.
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
rolls
Better
right.
call Mel.
Better call Mel.
Okay.
Next, we have Brooks, Todd and McNeil Insurance, 69 Water Street, Torrington, Connecticut. Keeping an eye on your insurance needs since 1839. Their phone number is 860-598-8753, brookstoddmcneil.com. And lastly, we have Dr. Michael Curry, 30 Peck Road, Suite 2105, Torrington, Connecticut. Pediatric care for over 50 years. 860-482-8177, torringtonpediatrics.com.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Coryse. Now, I believe we're going to be hearing from candidate Nick Spino,
Oh, I can't wait.
who's going to be running for the position of constable
Okay.
in the city of Torrington.
Okay.
Is that the one that collects the taxes?
I'm
No.
not.
That's a tax collector.
Yeah.
I don't know what I don't know. I'm hoping that he'll tell us.
I hope he does. You
'Cause,
know,
like,
this
what
is
does that
also
do?
this is very educational because
Well, for me it
you
is
know,
too, and I'm not being funny. Like
No.
I didn't know like what the city council did. I mean, I know what the mayor does. I
right,
know what
right.
the public
we all know
safety
what the bigger like
positions
do.
Right.
The mayor, you
Right.
know, the governor,
Yeah.
you know, your state representative, of course, the president, the vice president. But when it comes to local government, all these different names and terminologies that they're given, do we really know what they do?
No.
Well, I can give you part of the remedy. It's called City Views.
Exactly.
That's where you get your education.
Exactly.
That's where you can learn what goes on in the city. That's where you can talk to the movers, the shakers, and the makers to make sure that your voice is heard when it matters. Did I make myself perfectly clear?
I think he
Sure
did.
do.
I'm a little ornery tonight. You have to excuse me.
I could see that
Yeah.
the Halloween candy
Yeah.
that you ate, the bag of Snickers you ate before you came on air, is getting you a little sugared up here.
Actually, it's Reese Cups.
Oh, Reese's
Reese's
Cups.
Cups.
They do it
Okay.
every time.
You know what? I'm a Milky Way girl.
I'm
What's
a
yours?
Twix.
You're
No, I don't like chocolate, believe it or not. I
Oh,
do
my
not
goodness.
like chocolate. Chocolate, the smell of real chocolate is nauseating to me. It
Really?
makes me, it's nauseating. But I can stomach a Twix because it doesn't have that much chocolate before you hit the caramel. I'm a caramel girl.
Oh,
Caramel, give me caramel
give
any
me an ice
day.
cream sundae with hot fudge and
Oh,
caramel.
just give me the
on it.
caramel.
Yes, and I'm that. I am
Yeah,
so
like
that.
the Haagen-Dazs Dulce de Leche, I'll eat a whole pint.
Oh.
And then at the end be like, what did I just do?
Oh, I know. Oh, good. All right, so you're Reese's, I'm Milky Way, and
Twix.
you're Twix. Okay, so there you have it. So what is your favorite candy, audience out there? We'd love to know because, again, what is life without a little joy?
Right.
And a little bit of candy, a little bit of sweetness in your life. You know?
Sometimes
So-
you
Especially if
feel
it's
like
an
a nut.
almond joy.
Yeah. Oh my God. Now don't even go there because my Mounds, the Mounds and the Almond Joy.
Not
those are
not
my
her
favorite.
Mounds.
Not my Mounds. The Mounds bars.
Wait a minute. This show's getting out of hand, man.
Mounds
Oh my
bars
God.
and Almond Joys. I
Oh.
love. No, because they're
Yeah.
fabulous. It's coconut.
I'm going to be getting hate mail because of you guys
Okay,
now.
listen to me.
Jeez.
You be quiet,
Listen,
friend.
Twizzlers to me always tasted like plastic. There was nothing enjoyable about
My
Twizzlers.
mother-in-law, if you're watching, Mary Jane, she loves
Sorry.
the red vines or
Really?
the Twizzlers. She loves them.
It
So
tastes
Mary
like
Jane.
plastic to me. I'm like, what am
Yeah,
I eating?
I don't like those either. I don't like those either. So if you have Almond Joy, Mounds, or Milky Ways, I'm your girl right here. You just send them on up there, okay? I'll wait for them to come for next show.
I'll
okay?
take all your Twix.
She'll take the Twix and yeah,
Um,
Reese's peanut butter.
Yeah, Reese's peanut butter cups for me. In fact, I still think I have a couple packs that are under my bed from when I was in sixth grade.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
my goodness.
We had to sell Reese's cups. You know, you had those school things.
Oh, the school
Yeah,
fundraiser.
And for some reason, I don't know, I just lost my box, man. I'm like, I can't find my box, y'all.
No, and
So
it was under your bed.
it was under my bed.
Yeah.
I think we have a caller on the line.
Well, we do.
Oh, we do.
Alrighty, so
Breaking
I
the
will put
action.
him in. Are you ready? And here he comes.
Welcome, Nick Spino, to City Views.
Thank you, Jacque. How are you?
I'm a little frustrated tonight. I'm getting pillared by my two co-hosts. For some reason, they feel like this is one of those opportunities that just take a huge bite out of my psyche. So I'm trying to recover, trying to keep my my wits about myself, but it's a very tough environment in here today. Nick.
He's just mad because he had 2 costume changes today.
Yes, we're in costume tonight because we're all getting in the spirit of Halloween, Nick, and he's just upset because our other co-host did not show and he had to play 2 parts, so it's just a little taxing on him this evening.
I think if anybody can handle it, Jacque can.
All right.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly. So, Nick, we had a conversation before you came on. What is it that you are running for? And tell us what that duty does.
Well, I'm running for constable.
Okay.
And it actually, we serve, serve papers and stuff for, various attorneys and stuff like that, and also help out in the community. Being someone that's my born and raised in Torrington. My mother was a small business owner, so, I grew up learning the value of hard work and importance of involvement in the community. So that's definitely a big part of why I'm running.
I love that.
And you can also tell Donna that we said hello from City Views.
She's watching. You can say it to her yourself.
Hi, Donna.
Hi, Donna. Donna, tell us what you think of Jacque's costume.
Well, Nick, we were talking because, a lot of people don't understand the importance of our local representatives and how very important that is, that we have a voice with our local representatives, because that's where the majority of the decisions are going to be made for our public policy positions. Can you talk to our audience a little bit about why you think it's important for them to vote and to look into the local issues that are going to be affecting them?
Well, there's a lot of, I definitely wanted to support the work that our mayor is doing right now with all the roads and the sidewalks that are recently completed, and the bridge work, new trails, dog park, new animal control facility. There's a lot of great things that are going on in town, and getting everybody out there to vote and having a voice and having having your say is very important, and everybody needs to. It isn't a mayoral election this year, but everybody needs to get out there. Every vote is important, and everybody's voice should be heard.
Well, we're kind of curious because a lot of people don't exactly understand what the constable does for the city of Torrington. And I think it's part of the educational process that we should really start looking a little deeper into, because once we can become more familiar with the positions that are being looked at in our electoral process, the more we can understand how our community works.
Right. No, I understand. As a constable, it's I really want to show my support for all the other the other candidates, and my position is it's important, and to essentially serve the public as a public servant and an elected official, to possibly even assist the police department and any of our law enforcement. With my current job, I do work in the gas industry, and I've had a lot of interaction with our local residents and police officers and everything. So I think that puts me in a really good position to have that relationship with our law enforcement and with the community. And, I'm a person that's a doer. I'll get out there and be a part of things and interact with the public.
Well, that's very important because the more community-minded people we can have in office, I think that bodes well for us all. And when I say community-minded, I mean people who understand that we're a whole community. Sometimes I think we have individuals that seek these positions so that they can better themselves or special interests. And when you have that holistic perspective, when you're looking at the whole needs of the community, I think that as a result makes you a more informed and effective public servant.
I couldn't agree with you more, Jacque. My wife, Molly Spino, is running for city council, and she and I both care deeply about Torrington, and we both want to do what we can to give back to the city and its residents. As lifelong residents and homeowners, parents, we want Torrington to grow and thrive. We want to make sure that Torrington is an affordable, attractive, and safe city to live and work in. It takes people who really care about Torrington, people who are in it for that reason, to step up and volunteer for these positions to make that happen.
I couldn't agree with you more, Nick. And personally, I'm so delighted to see you stepping up to assume these roles and responsibilities in our community. Our friendship goes a long way back.
Definitely.
And it's great to see, people like yourself willing to make those sacrifices to make our city shine.
Absolutely. Anything I can do. I'm ready, willing, and able.
That's amazing. Well, thank you for stepping up and for being our guest this evening. We wish you all the best next Tuesday. And we, again, want to encourage everyone to get out and vote because your voice does matter.
Yeah.
Definitely. I appreciate you all three of you guys. I encourage everyone to get out there and vote Tuesday, November 7th. Support our strong ticket on Row B. We're out there. We're getting out there, and it's going to happen.
Sounds great. Well, we wish you all the best, and we'll see you next Tuesday, possibly.
Sounds great. Happy Halloween to all you guys and everybody out there.
Thank you. Make sure you check out Jacque's costume.
I plan to. Don't worry.
All right. Have a good night.
You too. Take care.
Bye-bye.
I think that's the resounding phrase there. If you want to see a change, be the change.
Right. And that means getting out and voting.
Yep.
And no matter what you think that your voice doesn't count, it does.
It does.
And that is something that, I hate to keep, repeating and repeating. But again, people need to hear it. We need to be the change that we want to see by telling people to get out and vote and to do that, your civic duty.
Imagine finding out that a position or a person lost because of one vote, and then you're sitting there saying,
well, I didn't vote.
I should have voted.
I should have voted.
I could have been that person to tip it.
Exactly.
I think that is more viable in a local election too, as opposed to a national or state election. So definitely on the local level, one voice can make a difference.
Right.
Truly. So I think it's important, though, that we, and Karen attends our government relations meetings at the Chamber of Commerce. But
I missed the last one, the reception that you had.
Yeah,
I missed it, and it was a Friday morning, correct?
Yes.
And I had something else going on at right at 9, so I didn't, and I missed it, and I was very upset because it's a great time for people to come together and meet the people that are in our government. Face to face, you can speak to the person, ask them a question or whatever. And then Northwest Connecticut Chamber of Commerce, you, Joanne, and everybody does such a great job in bringing that opportunity to the public that, it's worth mentioning because, again, I wouldn't know, who some of the people are. But when you go to these events, you get to meet them, talk to them, and hear directly from them. They're not behind a podium. It's a face-to-face talk, which is really crucial.
That's good.
And I
Yeah.
think it's important too that some of the initiatives that are being implemented will, number one, the civics be something that is going to be emanating from the Regional Educational Partnership. But it will work with young people to instill in them civics, those things about our Constitution that are living words of how we are to conduct ourselves in this democracy.
Yes.
Also, from the state, our Secretary of State, Stephanie Thomas, she will be working on, it's called CEO, which is civically engaged organizations. So they're going to be putting forth programs and activities so that businesses, cultural groups can also have these antidotes that they can work with their constituents for greater understanding of what the civics are in our country and the valuable role that they play
Right.
in our democracy. And I think that's kind of like some of the stuff that's going on today because with this attempt to erode faith and confidence in our institutions, if you had a little bit more understanding of how these civically, or, how these concepts work and why they work, it gives you such a broader understanding of why we are and the potential we have, and why we're looked to from the rest of the world as this beacon of hope. And
Knowledge is key.
knowledge is
And,
key.
I've learned a lot this evening and in previous shows. Again, open your minds and open your hearts to learning
Yeah.
every day. Whether it be, I always try to learn one new thing a day, and it could be the silliest thing or it could be the biggest thing.
Right.
But I think everyone should be open to hearing and understanding and soaking up the knowledge that's available. And certainly, and I'm not trying to be funny, but City Views is a great way for people to learn about different things, learn about what's going on in the community,
Right.
different things. Like, for example, tonight I didn't know what a constable, and he
Neither
told
did
us
I.
what they did.
Yeah.
So we did learn those fabulous things. So
And I just want to mention too, the producer of City Views Culture for a Cause is very engaged in these community initiatives, and I think you'll be hearing about initiatives coming forth from Culture for a Cause that will deal directly with these community issues
Right.
as we create a media footprint here in the Northwest corner that can resonate throughout the state.
right.
So, it's great to have my co-hosts here, Karen and Coryse, because they represent Torrington so well in what they do. And, sometimes stars illuminate the sky and give you that perspective that leads you to a better path. And I want to commend you guys for the work that you do in the community and for representing our city so well.
Well, thank you, and you
Thank
as
you.
well. You as well.
Yes, definitely.
So I think it's time, before we go, we're going to do our sponsors and our shout outs again. But before we go, I just wanted to play this here to give the answer as to what and I see Jacque laughing there. I wanted to play this so people can understand the whole entire situation. Of course, there's always an ad on here. So give me 1 second and I'm going to give it to you. Here it is.
Yabba dabba doo!
Come on, back to bedrock history.
Flynn, you're
With the Flintstones, have a yabba dabba do time, a dabba do time. We'll have a grand old time.
I had to do that.
Oh my
But-
gosh, that
was-
brought back memories.
Doesn't
But-
it? Of
but-
Brought back
cartoons?
memories.
Yes.
I mean,
However-
I love the Flintstones.
Yes.
Love them.
But people did not know that Fred Flintstone was a Cincinnati Bengals fan. Okay?
Way
Who
back
day?
when.
Who day?
Okay,
So-
but listen, so this is Fred.
This is Fred.
But to explain the first costume that he had on.
That was Barney Rubble.
Had the blonde hair.
With the blonde hair,
So he
like
had
I
the
said,
yellow-
I was gonna put some stuffing under that little hoodie thingy, but I didn't get the
Oh my
chance
God.
to.
We-
Again, I whipped up these costumes in one day. Okay, Jacque's costume and the Barney costume I whipped up today,
Okay.
and Karen's costume and my costume I whipped up yesterday. And I was just like, what to do, and I don't know. When I'm put in a pinch, my
I love
creative
it.
juices just flow.
I love it,
So-
and I absolutely, my dress fits me perfectly, and his is just this is hysterical. He's got the bone, and he's got the whole thing, the blue tie.
Love it, love it.
Her Betty Rubble. She's Betty Rubble, and Kareem was supposed to be Barney.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm Wilma, and he's Fred. So, you know what? This was what a great time tonight. So, Coryse,
We had a
thank you
great time.
so
Thank you.
so much
Thank you.
for this fabulous.
Now we have like 1 minute left, and I just wanted
Okay.
to
1 minute, or do we
say
have a couple?
happy birthday to
Oh,
Dan. Well, it's a happy belated birthday.
Okay, 'cause-
his birthday was last Wednesday, which was the day after our show last week. And if
come
I had
over here,
known,
Dan.
I would have said
Oh.
happy birthday to him on our show.
3, okay.
So Dan, come over. We don't have a candle.
Come over here. Okay, he's just waving from the side.
He's waving
but-
from the side.
Well,
like,
Wait a
you
minute,
can-
hold up. Is that a real piece of cake?
Yes,
It
it
sure
Yeah, you
is.
better get here quick, bro, because I'm hungry.
Oh
That's
my
all right.
goodness.
So I got Dan an individual cake. You see his little individual cake here? Okay.
Oh my gosh.
This is Dan's.
Okay. Fabulous.
And I decided we should all partake in cake. So
oh,
this is I think it's a raspberry cheesecake.
oh my goodness. Okay.
Raspberry
She's
cheesecake.
fabulous.
So that's why I said, oh my gosh, I forgot I had
Oh
to
my
go
God.
to
When we
Big
stopped.
Y.
Well, I'm going to do our city shout outs real
Shout-outs.
quick. Our shout outs real quick. Dawn's Getaway Cafe, 24 Winston Road in Torrington, Connecticut. Christie's Restaurant at 545 Winston Road in Torrington. Health Insurance Services, 438 Main Street in Torrington, Connecticut.
Shut up.
Wall and Fraunhofer, 117 Main Street, Torrington, Connecticut.
Shut up.
Soul Latina Cafe, 31 Hungerford Street in Torrington, Connecticut.
Shout out.
Jimmy's Store, 1238 East Main Street, on the hill, but on the level in Torrington, Connecticut.
Shout out.
5 Points Arts Center, 855 University Drive in Torrington, Connecticut. And last but not least, George's Music, 905 New Harwinton Road in Torrington, Connecticut.
Shout out.
Woohoo!
Coryse.
All righty. So, Coryse, let's
All
bring
right.
out the last of the
Okay,
show.
bring out the last with our big city shout outs. One
All
last
righty.
time. Here we go. We have Toth Insurance Agency, 1151 East Main Street, Torrington, Connecticut. Better protection, better value, 860-496-7771. Toth INS at optonline.net. Next, we have Mel Brickman and Health Markets, 16 McDermott Ave, Suite 1, Torrington, Connecticut.
Better call Mel.
860-307-1128, healthmarkets.com/local-health-ins. Next, we have Brooks, Todd and McNeil Insurance, 69 Water Street, Torrington, Connecticut, keeping an eye on your insurance needs since 1839, 860-598-8753, brookstoddmcneil.com. And lastly, we have Dr. Michael Curry, 30 Peck Road, Suite 2105, Torrington, Connecticut. Pediatric care for over 50 years. 860-482-8177, torringtonpediatrics.com.
Thank you, Coryse. Thank you to our sponsors.
Thank you to everyone.
Definitely. And thank you, Donna Spino, for tuning in.
Yes. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
From
Good
Fred,
night.
Wilma, and Betty.
We're
Don't
not-
forget to vote next
We're having
Tuesday.
Cake for everyone.
Cake for you, cake for me.
City News, City News, City News. City News, City News, City News, City News.